The Elden Ring DLC added some of the strongest arcane scaling weapons and spells to the game, so I decided to try and find out if I could beat every major boss in the DLC while only leveling Arcane. This means I won't have any vigor and I'll get one-shot by absolutely everything, but my weapons will deal crazy amounts of status damage. To keep the challenge interesting, I have two simple rules. 1. I'll be using various different arcane scaling weapons and spells only from the DLC. And 2. The only items I'm allowed to use from the base game are stat boosting talismans and physic tiers. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please do remember to like and subscribe. Before we continue with the video, a huge shout out to my sponsor for the video, the OpSpot Tiny 2 Lite webcam. The OpSpot Tiny 2 Lite is an awesome 4K quality PTZ webcam that I've used throughout this entire video. It's got some amazing features compared to my old webcam, like AI auto tracking with auto zoom, a half-inch CMOS for 4K video quality, preset modes that can help enhance your workflow, gesture control for some ease of use, and yes, even a dual omnidirectional microphone with adjustable noise cancellation. Oh, and did I mention the smooth autofocus? And all of this just for $179. If you're interested to know more, I'll leave a link to the product in the description below. Now back to the video. I start with the level 1 character right at the DLC entrance, and as usual, collect all the freely available Scadu fragments and reach Scadu level 16. This gives me nearly 50% damage negation, and since I can't level up Vigor, this is the only way to survive one-shots. To be able to access the rest of the map, you can take the Spirit String behind Fort of Reprimand to skip Rellana and access Scadu Altus. I also pick up a Marika's Rune here, which gives you 80k runes nice and early. Next, I pick up the Outer Gods Heirloom, which is a new DLC talisman found in Prospect Town, which gives you 5 arcane levels. And then, I pick up the Carrion Sorcery Sword from the rooftops of Castle Ensis. This sword is a special weapon that allows you to cast sorceries like a staff with the Charge R2. Next, I head to the Shadowkeep through the Church District, which lets you skip the Golden Hippo boss fight at the front. Here, we get the Impenetrable Thorn Sorcery. This sorcery scales with arcane staffs and can deal up to 800 bleed even after the recent nerf. Next, I upgrade my Carrion Sorcery Sword and put the rest of my runes into Arcane. I decide to fight Metyr as the first boss because you can get the Maternal Staff after beating her and Ymir, which is the best arcane scaling staff in the game. Metyr is relatively weak to bleed, and because of her huge character model, the Thorns did exceptionally well, and I was getting bleed procs with every hit. But there is a problem. Using this spell has a health penalty, and since I'm stuck with 10 Vigor, it quickly became clear to me that I'd have to do this fight hitless. Okay, so I gotta roll when he lifts his arms up, right? Ah! Am I dead here, or...? I died! I fucking closed my eyes. Okay, I'm dead. I had to die 112 times in every possible way you could imagine before finally getting extremely lucky to get that hitless attempt. Oh, okay, I gotta go back in. The arms? The fingers? You fuck! Okay, please. Give me good attacks. Yes! Baby! Yes, the follow-up. Please don't flick me. Please don't flick me. Yes! Okay, die, bitch. Die! You fuck, die! Oh my god, fuck off! Once Metyr is done, I decide to ditch the Impenetrable Thorns because of the health penalty and go and get the strongest arcane weapon in the game, the Bloodfiend's Arm, dropped by the Bloodfiends in Prospect Town. I upgrade this weapon to plus 25 and give it the Blood Affinity, which gives it 200 plus bleed buildup per hit. Then, I level up my Arcane some more and head to the next boss. After seeing how the last boss went, I finally remembered to use the Opaline Bubble Tier, which allows me to tank at least one hit. I also put the Cragblade Asher War on the arm, which not only buffs my damage, but also makes my charge attack do nearly 60 poise damage. Romina only has 80 poise, so I was expecting to stagger her every 2 hits. She's also relatively weak to bleed, so there probably couldn't be a better arcane weapon for her. Even with such an OP weapon, I still have to play the fight well and not get greedy, considering I get one-shot by almost everything. Oh, that's so fucking nasty. Ah! Do I get a stagger? Roll in. Jump R2. A 5. GG. GG. Let's go! There it is. I'm all right at this fight, I think. I'm okay at it. After beating Romina, I level up my Arcane to 83 and get the Pole Blade of the Bud from her Remembrance, which is another Arcane scaling weapon that builds up Rot. Then I head to Rellana. Rellana is extremely weak to Rot, so I was expecting this weapon to perform really well here. I decided to play really aggressive here to apply the Rot, but the buildup is so slow that it took ages to get one application. Dude, how's she not rotted? That's just awful. Oh, there's a rot. Besides the slow rot buildup, the weapon art is so impractical that you'd probably never be able to get it off without getting hit yourself. Surprisingly, this weapon turned out to be utter trash, but I decided to stick with it and beat her as an added challenge. No, rot doesn't prevent posture recovery. Statuses don't do that. Nice. Don't die! Pass! Hold on! Please! Ah! You know, optimal, man. I just wanted to go, you know, back to the grace. Next, I change back to the bloodfiend's arm and head to Gaius. Even though Gaius' bleed resistance is pretty high, his poise is relatively low, so with how easily I'm able to stagger him, I still manage to get quite a few bleed procs. I felt it. I fucking felt it, you know? Not a problem. Do I still have my bubble on? I do. Charger tier. Keck W? Fuck, I haven't doubled that in a while, I guess. Oh well. Charger tier here, though. Okay. Nice. Ah! Dude. Well. Damn, how much fucking poise damage does a crack-bladed... Like, that's actually kind of insane. Like, what does it do? Like 60? After Gaius, I pick up the 5 Scadu fragments behind him and get to Scadu level 18. Then, I level up my Arcane to 91 and head to the next boss. The Dancing Lion is extremely weak to bleed with less than 300 bleed resistance, and this weapon's charge attack does almost double that amount. I try to get as many charge attacks as I can, and almost every time I hit him, I get a bleed proc, even though his bleed resistance goes up each time. Ah! Oh, I got a Kukri bleed proc. Oh! Easy. Let's go! After the Dancing Lion, I finally get to 99 Arcane and head to Midra. But first, we gotta take care of Jori. Jori is also extremely weak to bleed and backstabs. Jori is usually the most annoying boss on any challenge run I do, but with bleed procs and backstabs combined, I'm able to cancel all of his annoying teleports. Oh? I got a Cragblade bleed. And the backstab. Actually, first try Jori. God damn. That was the fucking Cragblade bleed popped him out of his teleport animation. Finally, we get to Midra. Midra is pretty weak to bleed, and just like Romina, he only has 80 poise. And because of the Cragblade Ash of War on my weapon, poor Midra just had no chance. Wait, isn't he just like... Yeah, that's what I thought. Because of Cragblade. Whoa. Well. Get a Cragbladed, I guess. Next, I head to the Putrescent Knight. Unfortunately, this boss is immune to bleed, but luckily he is extremely weak to strike damage, and lucky for us, that's exactly what the bloodfiend's arm does. And as I expected, even with 0 bleed procs, my charge attacks are completely shredding this boss. Voice break? Repulsed! GG. Next, I head to the Scadutree Avatar, who is also immune to bleed, but weak to strike damage. This boss only has 7k and 15k HP per phase, and takes double damage on the head, so this was gonna be completely free, and I definitely first tried this boss. Position different? Or is it still the same? Oh, I do have to move forward a little. Yep, all right, triple backs up. Nice. Easy. Okay. Next, I head to Messmer. Messmer is yet again another boss weak to bleed. So once again, the bloodfiend's arm is our go-to weapon. With Crackblade on, I easily poise break his phase 1 and get 2 to 3 bleed procs with just a few hits to transition him to phase 2. Let's current pass, yeah. Phase 2 is basically just his phase 1 combos with his pet snake friend, which actually makes this phase easier, as I can now deal headshots to the snake, who's also susceptible to bleed.
Embrace thine oblivion, how shall
I don't want to talk about it. That fight didn't happen. It didn't. How do I do this all the fucking time? Let's go.
a curse upon thee.
And at last, it's time for Bayle. Bayle, being a tank as usual, has the highest bleed resistance in the game. But the Bloodfiend's arm does so much bleed buildup, it made no difference at all, and I'm still able to get bleed procs easily. And once again, because of the Crackblade Asher War on my weapon, I still managed to stagger him multiple times. I might be able to punish one more time there. Okay, run to the wall, run to the wall, run to the wall. I don't think I can crack Blade in time. Oh, I probably can if he runs. Maybe here. See. Really, you. Oh? Oh? Mm-hmm. Follow up? No? Easy. Bayle the Dread! Once Bayle is done, I move on to the fight I've been dreading since I started this challenge. Leda and friends. I try to use the pole blade against these NPCs to see if the strategy of proccing rot and running away would be viable. Unfortunately, my HP and stamina are way too low for this to work. Nah, Leda! Did I get the rock? Oh, I did. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna heal so that I have What the fuck, Dane? Dude, how is he so fast?
With this battle I send you.
Okay. Okay, I got a poison again. That might kill him. Extra not fucking down. Eventually, I decide to give in and use Ansbach to get some aggro off of me, but it didn't really make much difference.
With this battle I send you on. It was an honor to face the world.
When nothing else worked, I had to go and get the NPC killer arcane weapon found in the Starfall Ruined Forge, the Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword. Oh my god, FPS! Boom. Easy.
Make the world.
Honestly, dude, for hitless, if you go and get this weapon, I feel like you could probably like destroy this fight with it. After dealing with Leda and her ally, I go and get the deflecting heart tier from the furnace golem in the starting area. This tier not only allows you to deflect attacks like Sekiro, but it also buffs your guard counters. Finally, I had to promise Consort Radahn. With Radahn, the first thing I learned is that my bubble tier doesn't really make much difference because he has so many multi-hit attacks that one-shot me even through the barrier. And this is exactly why I use the deflect tier, because it helps immensely with his multi-hit combos, and I also get to stagger him way easier. Nice. Repose! Phase 1 goes rather well with the help of the staggers and bleed procs, but Phase 2 is a different story. Even while perfectly deflecting all of his attacks, it was incredibly frustrating to have the light beams deplete my entire health bar in just 2 hits. Thankfully, I get a solid attempt with a stagger immediately into Phase 2, which sets me up for a really exciting rest of the fight. Reverse, reverse, reverse. I have the bubble. Don't die, don't die. Sharp right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. R1 punish. Go to the left. Tossing the salad. Tossing the fucking salad. 1, 2, 3, 4. R1 punish. Cookery. Mr. Cookery. T. Bubble. Did I hit him? R1. I'm not punishing this. Fuck off. There it is! There it is! Ugh. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to check out some of my other runs here. The Radahn, I took 1 hit that fight. I took 1 hit. I took 1 hit to, the parry on the explosion. Actually, that was a hitless fight if you think about it, right? That was actually hitless.